My 2020 was a roller coaster, and I am just trying to have like an easy breezy beautiful 2021, and I think finding balance within my life will hopefully help me accomplish that goal. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Goldie and this is the Lazy Ballerina Club. In today's video, I am going to be sharing how I set myself up for the new year, write down all my goals, and kind of how I organize all of my thoughts and plans heading into 2021. So if you are interested in setting some goals for yourself, or you're just curious about how I like to organize and plan going into the new year, then just keep on watching. Before I start talking about my 2021 or reflect on 2020, I just want to take a second and acknowledge the fact that this sweet little channel just hit 1,000 subscribers. I don't get why, I don't get how, but I'm just so grateful for every single person that has decided to subscribe to this channel, and it just excites me and motivates me to keep posting these YouTube videos and keep building this sweet little community that we are doing together. And if you're not subscribed, go subscribe down below, like this video, and grab a notepad, grab a piece of paper and a pen, and let's start talking about our goals. So I think it's only appropriate before we jump into the new year and start talking about all that we want to accomplish for 2021. I think we need to take a second and talk about the monster of a year that we just survived. I won't spend long talking about 2020 because honestly, after this video, I think I'm never gonna talk about this year ever again. But the only way to really set yourself up for the new year with a fresh slate is to acknowledge everything that just happened in your life, good, bad, positive, negative, all of it, and kind of just kiss it goodbye, acknowledge it, appreciate it, and then keep walking. I think we can all agree that 2020 was the year that kind of looked at all of our plans and goals that we set for ourselves last year and just laughed in all of our faces. And if the only thing that you accomplished in your 2020 year was surviving 2020, I am taking that as like a major win. Before I sat down to do this video, I was thinking about all the things that happened in my 2020 year, and I mean, I don't even know where to begin. We went into a quarantine, we were stuck in our apartments for almost a year. I gained 15 pounds at least, and I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm really not. Haven't been in a ballet studio since last March. There are so many negatives, but I just feel like with anything in life, you can either dwell on all the negatives or shift your focus and try to find the blessings or the positives in any situation. And that is exactly what I'm going to do with my 2020 year. My year was huge. 2020 was major for my mental health. 2020 was huge for my self-discovery and self-growth, and it was honestly the first year that I actually put myself first and became this autonomous person in the world. I made some pretty big decisions. I left my ballet company, I moved halfway across the country, I moved in with my boyfriend, I got a new job, I started working in a new field. I mean, a lot happened in this year, and that was all before the pandemic even started. If I looked back at the beginning of my 2020 year, I was feeling pretty confident. It was very chaotic, and there was a lot of growth that happened, which wasn't always comfortable or pretty, or it didn't always feel good, but I was really confident in where I was at as a person in the world. I grew up a lot, I learned a lot about myself, and I was feeling really strong. Cut to me leaving my job, moving to Boston, and trying to figure out what the rest of my year was going to look like. And this was all before COVID was even a thing. Before we get into the pandemic and quarantine and all of that nasty stuff that I'm just gonna like skim through, I want to take a second and talk about all the things that I did accomplish before all of the craziness. Like I said, 2020 was the year that I really learned so much about myself and what I needed in my life and who I wanted to be moving forward into the new year. And I learned to trust myself. I learned to trust my instincts and my gut, and I surrounded myself with positive people, and there were a lot of positives that came out of 2020. I mean, moving halfway across the country, immediately getting a job, being asked to join the ballet company here for their spring season, that's pretty great. I'm pretty proud of myself for everything that I did before it all went to shit. But I will say, even in quarantine and even in this weird COVID world that we are now almost used to living in, it was such a blessing in disguise for me personally. And I know that sounds crazy, and I know there was so much devastation that happened this year, and trust me, I never want to repeat this year. I never want to look back on this year, but here I am again, trying to think about the positives. And because my beginning of 2020 was so intense with all of the transitions and changes and growth that I was going through, being able to press the pause button and breathe for the first time was more needed than I even realized in the moment. But with saying that, I want it to be done like yesterday, and I am ready to move on into 2021. So I think this video is gonna go up a day before New Year's, and I just thought it was the perfect time to get in bed. I am in my sweats, kind of just jot down some of the thoughts and plans and goals that I have going into this new year. Disclaimer, I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to goal setting or manifestation or whatever you want to call what I'm trying to do in this video. I hate to break it to you, but if you are expecting like a goal setting mastermind, you've come to the wrong place. I'm not your girl. This is not your video. If all you take from this video is some entertainment, or you're just curious about how I organize my little brain, then that's great. But don't expect some like organizational, like goal setting queen, because I really have no idea what I'm doing. I actually stumbled across a video where this woman sat down doing all of her goals for the new year, and something that I really liked that she did was she gave her new year a word or a theme that she carries throughout the entire year. That was such a good idea, and it's such a great way to organize your thoughts and give you this sense of purpose with each goal that you want to accomplish in your new year. But I think I'm gonna take her little nugget of wisdom and do my little spin on it, and I think I'm actually gonna pick 2 words for my 2021. And after 2020, I think I deserve 2 words for my 2021. So the 2 words that I have chosen as my theme or my core idea or core thing that I want to focus throughout my year is consistency and balance. Maybe if I just say those things 5 times fast, I can just like seep it deep into my brain. Consistency is the thing that I struggle with in my life. I have always struggled with this. I typically tend to be the type of person that goes from one extreme to the other extreme. And that's kind of where my balance comes in. My 2020 was a roller coaster, and I am just trying to have like an easy breezy beautiful 2021, and I think finding balance within my life will hopefully help me accomplish that goal. So when I think about my goals for the new year, I kind of like to separate them into 2 categories: personal goals, and then I have a professional goals or career goals category. That just gives my brain enough space to keep everything chill. I can focus on my personal life and then switch on over to my career life and they're not so intertwined together. I have my list of goals, and I don't know about you, but goal setting and sharing your goals or what you want to accomplish for the year is like really intimate. I feel like I'm letting you in on my life plan. I'm going to be sharing the main ideas that I want to focus on in the new year and kind of keep my plan of attack to myself. So for my personal goals for 2021, I wrote down a few things that I really want to strive for in the new year. The first one is drink more water, which is like a major thing for me because I hate water. The next is work out 3 times per week. Another one is have a more balanced diet. And the last one I wrote down was to stay connected with loved ones more. So this is where my consistency and balance comes into play. With all of this, they're all pretty manageable, but without consistency and without balance, all of it is impossible to do. I have a few more personal goals on this list, but they're a little personal. So you gotta stay tuned and hopefully you'll see them manifest into this channel. Now we are on to my professional goals. Similar to the personal goals, I wrote down a whole entire plan to accomplish these goals off camera, but let me share some of the few goals that I wrote down on my professional goals that I am trying to focus on in 2021. So the first one that I wrote down was to actually become monetized on YouTube. I want to make this YouTube channel a major goal and focal point for my 2021, and since we just hit 1,000 subscribers, I am more motivated than ever to continue to grow this channel and post and share more with you because it has been a light in my 2020 and I just want to keep going and going and going. Another YouTube goal is to post 1 video every single week of 2021. That is where my dear friend consistency comes into play once again. I think it's doable. I think I can accomplish that. And now that I've said it out loud, I wrote it down on my paper, I am going to hold myself accountable to actually accomplish that. And you can leave a comment down below and you can hold me accountable as well. Another professional goal of mine is to actually take 10% of every single paycheck that I make in 2021 and kind of stash it away into savings so I can start building a good foundation for my future. I know that's not an exciting goal, but now that I am getting older and I'm not a kid anymore, I think it is time to be smart with my money, and I think that is an easy and doable goal to build a nice foundation for myself. Similar to the personal goals, I have a few more that I wrote down on my professional list, but once again, hopefully those goals will manifest into this channel and I will be sharing those with you later because I can't give it all away. That's not exciting. But I'm feeling pretty confident about the goals that I wrote for myself. None of them are crazy. I'm not trying to get $1 million this year. I'm not trying to run a marathon. I honestly think after the year that we just had, all I want is to have a chill and almost boring new year. So now that I have taken the time to reflect on 2020, I have taken the time to write down all of my goals and plans for the new year, I'm feeling confident, I'm feeling ready to enter 2021 with fresh eyes and motivation and inspiration for all that I want to accomplish, and I hope that you feel the same after watching this video. Leave a comment down below what your goals are for 2021, and if you hold me accountable, I can hold you accountable because it's so much easier when we just all do it together. So please help me accomplish my goals. And I guess this is my last video of 2020. That is crazy to say. It has been a wild ride, to say the least, and although there are some major things that I am so grateful that happened in 2020 and that I learned from 2020, I'm very excited to kiss it goodbye and look forward into 2021 and this amazing and exciting new year. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment down below, and tell me what you're trying to accomplish going into the new year. And I guess that's it. Bye 2020.